It's always interesting when you really break it down and you're sitting in this meeting with this company all these years and you think it's about you. You think your skills are being recognized. You think that your abilities are being really appreciated and enjoyed, and it might be to a certain extent, but then reality strikes. That on a sheet of paper, on a report, on something like that, it happens to mention that you are a role. Now that's hard to understand because you have to know that you are not that role. You are the person that's been hired for that role. And then even more importantly, you have to understand that that particular role, and I don't care whether you are the business owner or you're working for somebody, it is a calculated profit center. Now, you got to know that when it's a profit center, there is a certain objective, a performance that's going to be needed from that. And when you don't meet that performance, which they won't always tell you, they'll tell you objectives, but they won't tell you the overall, you have to understand that many times that's where disillusionment in your job and career begins. That's where so much pain can actually happen. Because there's times where there's a certain spectrum that is going to be accepted, right? So if you perform too well, that actually ends up taking everybody else who's in that role and makes that role seem ineffective. And so at that point, you end up getting managed out or up. In another way, if you end up being too low as a performer, then they end up having to figure out whether you are right for the job or not. Now, the key is when you get into that job, did you actually have the skill set that was needed to perform at a high level in that job without exceeding what the job was created for, and then preparing yourself for the next iteration, the next job, the next promotion? That's the catch-22. You have to know you're a calculated profit center. You have to understand that you are not that role. That role was designed without a name in there. It just so happens your name is filling that slot and your skill set is driving that role. Don't ever forget that you are a calculated profit center for your own organization or even the organization you work for.